Hello everyone, Dan Chan here. Today we begin double seals, which is actually kind of helpful if you want to get Reaper marks, and also if you would like to get seals of the Spider God. Seals of the Dragon are okay still. You can still use that for getting gear to help you level up. Nice stuff in that store. But if we want to take a look at what's new in the Spider God store, I think they updated this store when they introduced the latest mod. I think this is mod 32. So you'll notice that instead of the really crappy gear they had before, they've got some not so crappy gear now. I mean, there is still some crappy gear in here. And this actually includes the Thayan gear from the last mod as well as this one. So you'll see towards the top here you have the higher item level gear from the current mod, and this one, these give you power when your stamina is above a certain level. This is obviously better than the Starwoven shirt that my current character has equipped right now, which I got from the Wild Space campaign. But yeah, a lot higher item level and gives you really good stats depending on which one you choose. You can have also some outgoing healing ones, and then there's ones that are basically better for tanks, like this one here. But just, you can look through here and see what you like, what you don't like. There's not everything in here is great for anybody, and some of it's pretty decent if you want to shop through it. Also some good armor sets. If you take a look, the item level is pretty decent, and this has got what, 5.5% power it'll give me. Not too bad. Seals of the Spider God are not that easily acquired. You can only get them in certain things. One of them, it's not only from queues, but the main way people would get them is through the trial queue, the random trial queue, or the random advanced dungeon queue. You get this is, I think, already showing the doubled amount, but 60 from the advanced dungeon and 40 from the advanced trial. You can only, you get these once per day. We're only running this event for 7 days, so take advantage of it if you can. There is another way to get these, and that is through heroics in some of the newer adventure zones. So Pirates Skyhold will give you Seals of the Spider God for finishing, for completing heroics in that zone. It's not a lot. I think normally it's only like 10 seals for the minors and 15 for the major heroics, and obviously if that's doubled, that's pretty awesome, because that will add up quickly. Obviously if you're needing 450 or more, let's take another look. I think you're needing 450 minimum, or maybe it's only like 300 minimum for some of these things. It could take a few of these to get them up, but man, this is definitely a nice way to do it. Rather than having to spend your campaign currency for that, you can use it for other things. So again, take advantage of it if you can, if you like. With Seals of the Adventure, if you've already got all your leveling gear and you're finished leveling, you don't need to do this. Otherwise, use it for that. Another thing you could use this for actually is this is epic gear, and if you have any kind of guilds leveling that you're part of and you want to make some guild marks, you can buy these things, turn this in as surplus equipment, and get 100 guild marks per item. The guild gets 500 surplus equipment for epic items. You get 100 guild marks. Good win-win both situations. And we also have upcoming events on the calendar that will actually even improve that. So double guild marks coming up in February, and Feast of Lanterns, pretty neat little event. Actually made a lot of AD off that last year. So just keep an eye out for those kind of things. Login reward cache coming up pretty quick. I mentioned this before in my videos, but this is pretty neat. This is something they've been doing fairly often. I can't complain. Some of this stuff, you might scoff at it if you're if you've been playing for a while, but newer players definitely will benefit from this. Nobody's going to complain, I think, about 25 trade bars. You can always use those in the trade bar store. 50,000 rough AD. I'm not complaining. Scrolls of Life, Stone of Health, mount upgrade tokens, and after your 7th day of logging in during that 16-day period, 500 insignia powder and 60 companion upgrade tokens. Nothing to sneeze at. All right, and just later on, you got your Wonder Bazaar discount, store discounted, and the Trade Bar store discounted. All really good things. You can see a lot of other videos from other folks on the value of those, but I'm going to just point out that this The other big benefit besides the double seals is the fact that Reaper's marks are treated like seals as well. So for example, this one here, you can see they're already showing it. You get 2 Reaper marks for completing one of the Reaper challenges instead of 1. I'll show you the Reaper mark store in just a sec, but the other nice thing is if you don't happen to like the particular challenge, you can wait till an hour before reset and take the challenge that's going to follow. Now it's helpful to know what that challenge is, so let's take a look. So right now we got Tomb of the Nine Gods, really hard. This is according to my little sheet here. I've got red, which means that's pretty challenging if you're trying to do it on your own. There's actually some in here that you could almost solo. But after the Tomb of the Nine Gods, it's going to be Lara Lostmoth. Now I wish I had all of the notes as far as the difficulty, I forget the modifiers that they have in here, but I don't have them all figured out just yet. But if you don't like Tomb of the Nine Gods, it's just actually kind of a fun little adventure. It's a little more challenging when it's a Reaper's challenge, but it's definitely doable. Lara Lostmoth is significantly easier. You can obviously wait till an hour before reset and do that, and then just as long as you have it finished before reset, then you get credit for that day. And of course, if you want to just run it directly right after reset, you can do that too. So guys, if you go from your workshop to the Reaper store, let's take a look at what they have. They have some pretty handy stuff in here. So there's the Legendary Insignia Choice Pack. This doesn't give you a choice of every single insignia, but one of the nice things is that even though this says binds on pickup account, that's just the pack itself. Once you open the pack and choose the insignia out of it, as other people have pointed out, that insignia becomes unbound, and then you can sell on the auction house if you want to. If you want to use it for your own builds, by all means do so. Some other choice, you can get the Legendary Mount Choice Pack. Not the greatest anymore because you can get a lot of these on the auction house for pretty cheaply, but a lot of these special companions here are really expensive when you find them on the auction house. So if you can get, say, the Tame Velociraptor, which gives you a stacking set of power when you equip in one of your equipped slots, and you can get up to let's see, 22.5% power total if you have 5 people in the party with these equipped, each of them up to Celestial. It's lower at Legendary, and it obviously increases at Mythic, but definitely nice to have a single power that gives you up to 22.5% stat bonus. Another one would be your Batiri, which is really good against end bosses. It'll give you, at Celestial, give you a 14% damage boost against bosses. Very handy. And some of the other things, your Shards of Greater Empowerment, I would definitely ignore these basic Shards of Empowerment. Not sure why they're even still in here. These you'll see drop all the time from just doing normal combat in pretty much any zone. Maybe the only other thing you might look at is your companion upgrade tokens. You can actually buy Tourmaline trade bars, which you get 25 for the same cost as you would get for 10 of these, which is normally probably a great deal, because normally to buy these off of the trade bar store would be 3 trade bars per token. But when you get a sale that comes up, and we do have one coming up, you can get an upgrade token of either of these choices for 2 trade bars, so you get a little bit more value out of that. That's all I'm going to say about that. This particular vendor is located in the Protector's Enclave. Let's pull up the map here. It is right here where I'm standing here, which is just to the west or left of the what do they call this? The Seven Suns Coster Market. Until next time, Dan Chan out.